there were men that were in your life that you thought it was too good to be true, or you thought that maybe it could work out, and then when it doesn't work out, you're just like, see, I knew I should have not fell so hard, you know? Is that what it, because that's what could have, that's something that I've experienced where I'm like, oh, he's the one, this is gonna work out, this is gonna be my husband, we're gonna have 9 kids, and then...
9 kids?
No, but when you're in love, when you fall for somebody, sometimes you fall.
I like your style, 9 kids, that's a lot of sex going on.
Listen, 9 kids, 1 baby daddy, you know what I'm saying? When you're on your, but when you, as a female, when you really like somebody, this feeling is probably starting to fade away. But when you're a female and you really like somebody, you can envision some of the craziest things with that one person. But once that one person ruins, you know, that feeling, I think it affects you for the long run. I think eventually you're just like, I never want to feel that again because the disappointment is terrible. So
like, can I ask y'all a question? I don't want to stem too away from the topic.
Right.
But when you go in with that type of mentality of any relationship, you know that you're technically already half-stepping and nothing is gonna work if you ever half-step. You know, like if I already say, hey, you know what, she's bad, I know she's probably fucking somebody on the low. I know somebody gonna fly her out. I know somebody gonna do this, that, the third. I ain't even gonna do all of that. I'm not gonna put all my eggs into her. And now, if I'm thinking like that, there's nothing that could realistically go forward or grow from that. Because I'm tainting the relationship before I even get into it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I think a lot of people are doing that now. A lot of people are living in temporary, people are following the trends or they're following things that everybody else is doing, or their goals are so short. It's like, oh, I want to get surgery so I can be a bad chick so I can look like this and get a guy like this temporarily. You get what I'm saying?
I've heard that.
So that's why it's like, everybody is becoming so temporary. A lot of people are not thinking of longevity. And, you know, to get back on the topic, it's like, some people don't even care about their exes because they're chasing
the new thing. The
right.
new high that they're looking for.
Exactly. So it's like a lot of people, you know, like I know I've messed up relationships and been like, damn, I should have tried. Like I really liked him, or he really respected me, or he really liked me. I broke his heart, and I look back and I'm like, damn, they're doing so good. I really wish that, you know, I would have worked harder on that. But then when I listen to other people that I know and they're just like, oh, fuck him, you know, like,
I would like to agree with her, but the only thing is I can't fully go with you. I do agree with you, but I do, in my personal life, I've experienced girls like Maria who exhaust all of her options before she says, I'm out.
I met Dez's too, though.
Yeah, I met Dez's type too. I'm not your type. I'm so sorry. But I met that type of person who had the temporary mindset. And I had to... You
have a temporary mindset, right?
No, I don't.
Oh, why are you yelling at me?
Because I don't have a temporary. I don't even honestly. My space, my energy, and everything that I possess, I feel is so valuable, and I only give it to people that I truly can care about, and I truly feel some type of. Maybe we might not be in a relationship forever, but we'll have a friendship or something forever. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of person that I am. I can't just. My energy is not disposable. I don't find it disposable, so I can't just be giving it to anybody. So
I feel that way. I can agree with that.
You know,
I actually have something to say about that, about how men feel, but I wanted to find out how Crystal feel about the situation. Because she's been a little quiet, and we having a conversation.
And you got to open up with us, Crystal.
So I'm going to say what I got to say after Crystal says what she got to say.
No, I'm just listening to everyone's perspective. I can kind of relate with Des. Okay. All right, I can kind of relate with Des a little bit. I feel like in this moment in my life, or for a while now, I feel like I find myself more in situationships, and it's very conflicting for me because sometimes it will be a relationship, but in my head it's a situationship, or I'm trying to build this relationship, but I'm perceiving it as something else. They're taking it as something else, so it can get very conflicted for me. So there's men that I've been with where it's like, yo, I do see myself with you, and I let them know, and sometimes maybe I push marriage before I even push a relationship, because I feel like I'm the married type. It's like we either we're together, we're married, we're really married, and I feel like it's been very complicated with my relationships based off of because I model, and sometimes I find myself in these different industries or these different environments where the guy that I'm with, he thinks I think like these girls. He thinks I want to move like these girls. I want to be a city girl and I want to get my body done. And, I might make jokes here and there like, no, I'm gonna get this done. I'm gonna get that done, blah, blah, blah. Like, or because I'm always in that environment around these people, he thinks like, oh, you move like this. Like, oh, you move like that. You're so wrapped up into social media. I'm like, no, like my job was social media. I'm still me. Like you can't perceive me as that. And it's like, if you see me in a certain way, I feel like that should be communicated. Don't just like go off of what you think and not even ask me.
What makes you happier?
I mean, getting my body done and being flown out isn't gonna make me happier. It might make me happy temporarily in that moment, but not long term. So I'd rather be in the relationship that's gonna make me happy. But it's like, if you can't communicate that and you're always thinking like, oh, I know what you're about to do next, or I know how you think it, and it's like, no, you don't.
That's an annoying relationship.
Yeah, it's like, no, you don't. You don't know what I'm about to do next. You don't know what I'm doing. Like, so it's like, I don't know if it's that trust isn't there or if like things are broken.
It's the insecurity.
May I ask you a question? So these things that you're going through with the man and all that, does that make you want to actually give up on the relationship? Or would that make you feel like, yo, he really likes me, he's cared, he's worried about what I'm doing, he's into me? What does that make you feel that way, or does that make you want to give up and just run away?
You trying to teach us something?
Right.
I'm just asking the question. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
It doesn't make me, honestly, let me say, I'm gonna give up and run away, because it's like, I'm gonna just say it like this, because it's like, if you can't deliver it properly, if we can't like walk hand in hand together on a situation and you're just like judging from over here or like saying things from over here, I can't really stay in that relationship.
But can I ask
you need somebody to be raw and keep it real.
Can I ask another question though? But don't you know from society and from social media, do you understand why your counterpart would feel that way or ask you those questions?
No, I do. But it's like, if you're talking to me and we're talking about something and I'm telling you it's not that, this is how I think. But don't get me wrong, because I'm in those environments, it might seem like I'm thinking like that. It might, because you are who you.
Because you got to work with a relationship, right? Like,
no, I do know that.
Like,
I know that, and I have.
Okay,
I have a question, right? So so it's a two-part question, right? So what is the end goal on the music video, aka modeling, gigs? Like, what is your end goal for that? And then in comparison, does the relationship, your end goal in a relationship, supersede or outweigh what that career path is, that specific career path? Not all your career paths, just that one.
So I guess my end goal with my career is to end up, I don't know, like, it's a good question. Hold
it's
on.
okay if you haven't thought about it, because that's what we're trying to figure out here, because you would need to have to put some thought to that in order to have an ongoing relationship with a guy who's concerned about where you're going. That's the whole point, to say, do you understand?
No, I get the concern.
Why they feel that
I
way?
love that he's concerned. I love that you're bringing this approach to me. I just want to make that clear. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not knocking what he's saying, knocking what he's doing. I'm just saying, like,
how he's saying it?
Yeah, it's just like how you do certain things. And it's just like sometimes like people sugarcoat a lot of things too. So it's like they're supporting you, but it's like, but you don't like this atmosphere, you don't like that. So why support me if you feel like I shouldn't be there? I don't feel like my relationship. All right. Oh, wait. So I don't feel like I've thought about it enough, to be honest. Like, I don't try to put my relationship and my career in the same boat and like intertwine it, but I feel like I had to at a point. And because it's like, if you can't, I feel like my relationships, they've been sugarcoated. It's like, oh, they'll say certain things, dance around it, but they'll still support me. So it's like, are you really supporting me, or are you just like entitled to like your opinion because you're with me?
What is more important to you? Do you care more if the relationship is successful, or the
modeling.
Your model, you're the success in your modeling career, or the?
I mean, I guess at the point I was with certain relationships, it was the modeling career was more important, because obviously that's something I'm doing entirely for myself. Right. So I feel like that was more important to me, but I'm realizing like your relationships matter. They're valuable to you. So, and if I want that relationship, then I have to continue to try to build it and not give up.
Do you feel like you've lost good people chasing your career and your goal rather than sticking it out with someone and trying to understand their perspective about, whatever they feel about your job?
Truly, I don't feel like I've lost relationships. I feel like and I don't know if that's good or bad, to be honest, because I feel like they're always there, and it's just sometimes you have to know when to draw the line or when to cut off the relationship, because sometimes people just want to be there to wait until this big moment happens for you, or to wait until I don't know, just so they can be on the end with you, right? So I don't know if it's they believe in me and they want to stay, or they just want to use you.
Can I give you some insight from a man's perspective, right? Sometimes it's we try to look ahead of things, right? So let's say if I'm investing into you and we're together, we're not. But let's just say if I'm investing into you and we're together, by investing, I mean, financially, emotionally, and time. And I'm like, okay, cool. I see that maybe your biggest thing is that on the modeling career, maybe you get to 1 million followers, you start getting $5,000 to $10,000 gigs, maybe once a month, right? But after that, when you're 35, you can't model no more. So maybe I'm like, if I'm trying to put my time into you right now for 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, however long that we're going to last, and you're doing something for 10 years, that's actually destroying the relationship within us.
But it's fear because nothing is for certain. So
I'm going to say this because I've been letting y'all say this, right? And this is the reality about giving up and not giving up. And they not going, this is not popular opinion, and I don't never start saying popular opinion. The difference with men, why men can stick it out or cannot stick it out, because women have a shelf life. When they get to a certain part, when they get to a certain look, and they
I say that?
And they do a certain thing, the shelf life ends. So while you're 20 to maybe 30, if you really take care of yourself, you will get to 35. You will have a nice 15-year run. But after that, you're looked at as the old woman in the club now, right? So that changes what you need to do. You need to know this in advance and take yourself off the market before your shelf life value is over. Because that's how us men look at it. Period.
I want to tear you up, Esso, because this goes back to when I said that's why we need our security. I'm not even going to go there.
Okay,
we're going to rewind the tapes, and now
you can rewind the tapes, but I'm talking about based upon the giving up, and the not giving up.
Okay.
For me as a man,
I
am different because I consider myself a rider when it comes to my woman, right? I'll ride, she could get on my nerves, I pay bills, you run bills up, you do all this other type of wild stuff, right? You do it because us men, we already think we have to tolerate that. That's not gonna make me give up. I don't think that I'm gonna go to any other woman that's gonna know me and say, I don't wanna spend no money, I don't wanna have a good time, I don't wanna blow shit, I don't wanna do this. So we deal with that.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
That's not gonna make, that's not gonna make me give up though. You know what I'm saying? What's gonna make me give up as a man is if you're not straight up with me, and if you start coming out of character in ways that I never saw you come out of character before. If I met you and you was a wild woman and I decided to deal with it, you'd be a wild woman. I'm dealing with a wild woman. But those type of things, when we get into a relationship and the woman starts to change, that's the thing that will make a man want to give up. I'm sorry, Des. Go ahead, Des.
No, I was just going to piggyback off of what you said, because I was going to say there are people in temporary relationships that are doing that are paying bills, that are just being there for the girl, acting like it's going to last forever.
Mm-hmm. And the girl is portraying she's going to stick around.
But what would make you want to give up? If somebody was just paying your bills.
If anyone could do that.